and welcome to Love Island The Morning After, the only official Love Island podcast. This morning, you have me, Amy Hart, and in a world first, I am joined by Chris Taylor. We're never normally together. We job share, if anything.
In fact,
and
we're the same person.
We are the same person.
At different times in different wigs.
This is very edited. And we've got Kae Kurd with us all week. We love
I'm trying
him.
to do the same thing, but it doesn't look as good.
Last night was a massive episode. We had arguments. We had dirty confessions from Sean, which I cannot unhear. And we had an L-bomb. Very exciting. Let's dive straight in. Let's start with the absolutely devastating dumping.
Harriet and Ronnie, you received the fewest votes and therefore have been dumped from the island. Please pack your bags and say your goodbyes.
Are you joking?
No way. Oh my actual God.
I am shooketh. If it had been the final three and then the Islanders had chosen, I'd have been a bit like, oh, okay. I love Uma and Will. I love Grace and Connor, but I cannot believe that Harriet and Ronnie got less votes.
You were predicting it, though. Before the text were even read out. It's Harry and Ronnie.
Yeah.
And we were like, yeah, whatever.
So how are you doing that?
I love to sniff out the drama. So as soon as the text came through and it was Jessie that had to read it out, I was like, everything in Love Island is for a reason. Everything has a motivation. So when I gave it to Jessie, I was like, Grace and Connor. It was Grace and Connor. Well, I guess that probably out of those ones left, it'd be Harriet and Ronnie. And then as soon as Jess got that text that announced who had gone, I was like, this is the final blow. This is the final. They've been going head to head to be Queen Bee for nearly 4 weeks. And this was literally the final just goodbye.
Here's me thinking you're either on the production team or an actual clairvoyant.
Yeah.
I was thinking the latter.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like Raven.
I was
Mystic
like-
Meg's back.
Yeah, I was like,
Mystic
how are you
Games.
only psychic when it's Love Island?
Yeah.
No,
Like, it just feels like that your powers are just confined to this
You just got
corner of-
so much knowledge.
I just love it.
But what's bothering me about these dumpings at the minute, right, is it feels a lot to me like Game of Thrones. Like they're killing off main characters without a second thought about it.
Without
Ronnie and
dragons.
Harriet, two people in there that were giving the best TV.
Yeah.
The triangles, the squares, the shapes. What's going to happen without them?
I don't know. They've been OGs. I honestly thought they were going to just wind each other up all the time, coupling up with new people, getting in triangles, bringing people back from
I'm
Casa
sorry,
Amor.
Ronnie and Casa Amor?
I know.
I know I'm jumping forward a little bit, but
That
Ronnie and
would have
Casa
been
Amor?
insane.
Yeah.
He would have been
Harriet
telling
and Casa
three-
Amor?
Yeah, yeah.
Hey.
As soon as he'd have come in there with his fingers just like
With his
doing the
gun
bogle.
fingers.
They couldn't have resisted. You know what I mean? It is.
But then I said before, I
Melting.
think they would have both brought other people back, laughed about it because it wind each other up, and then get back together.
They would have reunited.
Are you saying I'm third choice again? No, you're first choice again, actually.
Yeah. First choice now.
Yeah.
In reality, that's actually fifth choice by this point.
You do the algebra.
It was so mad having them in the bottom three because when you look to the other couples, it sort of made sense, but then it didn't.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Joey was lucky he was immune.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
he would have been
And
on
Jess.
the chopping board.
100%. Yeah. Seeing Connor and Grace, that was sort of, I've been banging on about it. Like, I've expected more from Connor.
But I thought Grace was holding it between the two of them with the drama going on. And personally, I'd be like, right, keep her in there because I want to see how this Joey thing develops.
But
Yeah.
the
Do you know
thing
what I
is,
mean?
with Grace, I think me and you were falling in love as we were watching it, to
Oh,
be fair.
mate.
Like, I was
She
on
looked
my,
like an entirely different woman to me.
feet applauding how much self-respect and
we
self-awareness
cried.
she had.
There was tears. There was tears rolling down our cheeks.
There was, and there were other things happening to our bodies.
There
at
was
the same time.
movement, we'll
But-
say. I'll cut you off on that. I
There
know
was
where you're
motion.
going with it. Yeah, there was motion.
Yeah.
Going back to Harriet and Ronnie, as the last episode finished and the vote came out, obviously Grace had been kicking off at Joey, even though she did the same thing to Samantha. We had the Ciaran and Harriet thing going on as well. Does this bottom three show us that maybe the nation is Team Ciaran?
I think it's demonstrated something, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do love somebody that talks straight.
Yes.
Particularly when they're talking straight in an environment that is actually like, it's fair game.
Yeah.
They were
Yes.
going at each other.
Yeah.
She had said something about him. He had a pop back and it was fair. And I think the UK has demonstrated in that moment that we are Team Ciaran.
Yeah.
And
Is
we
she-
do love
yeah.
a regional accent. I think the fact he's like bang on with it and it's in that beautiful accent, we're just like, we're in love with it.
So
Yeah.
dry.
Yeah.
So dry.
Harriet was top three a week ago. So now she thinks it's because of Ronnie's behaviour. I feel like she's going to have a bit of a shock when she comes out and realises that potentially it was because of the Ciaran thing.
And I think you're right. When she comes out, she is going to get a fright to realise that everybody was backing Ciaran in that argument as opposed to her.
I think she's had the most rollercoaster because she was bottom week 1, top week 2, bottom week 3.
I think Ronnie's more popular on the outside.
That's a great question then. Who do you think out of Ronnie or Harriet has caused them to be the lowest in terms of voting?
I think Harriet.
It all comes down to where that vote opens and what's happened just before it.
Yeah.
So had the vote come maybe tonight,
it's the flavour that's left in your mouth, isn't it?
Because the Ciaran and Harriet thing had been so prominent, people had to make a decision. But like I said, I can't believe that they got less votes. Like they've been there for 4 weeks.
It might be the fact though that together they probably weren't seen
the combo.
as strong.
Yeah. The nuggets and sauce combo. That makes no sense, but I'm rolling with it. Yeah, I think actually what's happened here is the UK have voted.
And as we know, you can trust the British public with a vote.
Yeah, always.
I loved Harriet's reaction to, it's not going to be the same without you, which came from some of the girls. She just goes, I know.
She did it to Joey as well. He said, I'm not going to survive without you and Ronnie. And she was like, I know.
Yeah, and that's probably accurate. I don't know if he's going to survive. It's time to dish out our pre-love serves of the week with official headline sponsor, eBay. Bombshell will kick things off by stepping out into the villa in a tropical Tasso Elba Island shirt. He scored another win coupling up with Umar in her fire rat and boa starburst dress and this Stussy jacket. A classic pick worn by Shaq and Tom in Series 9, Mehdi in Series 10, and Adam during All-Stars. Kinda jealous I didn't get to wear it because that pink would have looked ravishing on me during the villa parties. Meanwhile, old flames were rekindled for Joey and Grace in the hideaway, with Joey wearing this Givenchy t-shirt. Just another week of pre-love summer. Discover more villa-inspired looks on eBay today. Fashion fit for a second chance. eBay, sponsors of Love Island. Should we move on to Joey Essex?
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about Joey.
Full name.
Because we don't speak about him enough.
No.
So he started his day by getting both of the girls coffee. I'm not going to lie, it's giving me Curtis Pritchard.
Yes.
I was just sorry to bring that up, babe.
People,
Amy, deep breath.
Sure everyone was ready for the day.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Well, not everyone, but the 2 girls that he simultaneously chirps in.
Yeah.
He did do it incorrectly, though. If I'm going to make coffee...
What, did he put the milk in first?
No, forget all of that. If you're going to make coffee for both of them...
Strange judgment.
Bring them both at the same time.
He set a hierarchy in that moment.
Well,
yes.
Or was he? Because like in theatre, if you're top of the bill and you're like the main attraction, it means you come on last. So maybe he was doing it that way.
Not with caffeine.
No.
In the morning, I need caffeine.
I don't think you could justify it to Grace.
Absolutely, yeah. I think he should have bought them at the same time because...
Got 2 hands.
Yeah, exactly.
Same time, no eye contact, run out of the room.
Yeah.
Drop that bomb
Absolutely.
and leave.
Absolutely,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
That's a horrific position to be in.
Coffees and then walk off.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Just almost like in a cafe
Head
with
high.
bad service.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That kind of vibe where like there's no stamps, that kind of
No.
coffee shop.
I'm surprised, to be honest, he's not making one of them really badly. So Grace goes, you know what, Joe, just don't bother anymore. And then he can be like, well, you didn't want one.
It was so funny when he went back in to give Grace her green tea with honey and she was all like, no, just pour it down the sink, bro.
Oh, what a line.
Bruh.
And I think that added to the attraction as well, because obviously me and you have had a U-turn on Grace in this episode.
I was fully like...
She is my queen now.
Yeah.
You even went on my follow on Instagram for that. For that one move. So good. I'm going to put that out in the hallway.
And she'll come out and go, oh my God, Kae Kurd followed me on Instagram.
You'd be like, who the hell is this? But yeah, no, it was a bold move. I loved that. And I think afterwards when she pulled in for the chat and was like, all right, that's it.
Just the way, it was the firmness, the assertiveness.
Both of us made a noise when she was like, no, go away, I'll talk to you in a minute. We were both like, ah!
Yeah.
So Grace said Jessie was very disrespectful as she knew they were a thing. Do we agree? Should Jessie have told Grace or should she have waited for Joey to do it?
I'll be honest with you. Let's face facts here. It was Joey's responsibility to do that. He could have at least had the chest to go there and stand in his power and say, do you know what? I've done this and own it. And I think maybe when you do that, later down the line, they may forgive you. But if it gets back, because it's classic, isn't it? He was trying to keep it a secret. And it's the same thing that happens every time you do any secret in real life ever. The one person that you tell will go and tell their best mate, and they'll go and tell their best mate. It's like, oh, one person can't hurt, one person can't hurt. Next thing you know, the whole of the UK knows. And that's exactly what's happened in there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But also the idea of Jessie being disrespectful as a bombshell is hilarious to me. By definition of what she is, a bombshell, everything she does is going to shake up the villa.
Good point.
Do you know what I mean? You've got to sort of like just go, okay, well, that's her job. Like,
literally.
What do you want her to do?
I 100% agree, but I also do find that people get the finger pointed at them for that. And it's kind of like, that's what you're doing. That's the whole point of you being there.
It's not like she can go up on the stage and be like, the person I have chosen to steal is nobody. And I hope you will have a really lovely holiday. It's been lovely to meet you all.
Thanks for your time.
Well, that's
I'll
what
be off
Connor's
now.
done. I'm surprised he's not making coffees for everybody. And like,
he's in the back writing pitches for new recruitment approaches. Like, I swear down. He's doing PowerPoint presentations.
Yeah, because he's on Canva. He's been respectful.
Yeah.
And look where that's got him.
Yeah.
Whereas she's been disrespectful and now Joey Essex is hanging off her every word.
She's this week's Mrs. Joey Essex.
This week's. I like what you've done there.
Casa Amor is coming. She will not be next week's Mrs. Joey Essex, unfortunately.
Can we talk about how much Joey Essex appears to love the danger zone? He loves the danger kiss.
His heat map over the villa has been insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Just left, right, terrace. Like,
do you know what he's like? I think, do you know when you get a laser pen and you're playing with a cat? I feel like somebody's in there with a laser pen and he's going, just like ended up at different girls.
It's a light. Do you know what I mean? It keeps moving.
I'm following the light.
It's a moving light.
That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. I swear to God, watching him.
Is this what it's like seeing the Northern Lights?
Because I don't get his behaviour. I fully don't get it.
I did enjoy the fact that he had no idea what snorkeling was, but knew what a great white shark was as well.
Stop it.
That was a highlight.
Did he say snoogling?
Snoogling.
Snoogling.
Yes. Snoogling sounds like a Welsh word for cuddling.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I thought. Or a sneaky Google. Snoogle.
Now it's time for the best Sky Mobile me moments. This series has been full of Islanders embracing their me energy, and we've been obsessed. Let's count down the best moments so far where our Islanders have put themselves and their needs first. In third place, we have Jess knowing she's the prize.
2, remember, I am the prize.
Know your worth, you are the prize. And second place goes to Mimi choosing to steal Io.
So the boy I've decided to steal is Io.
Yes, Mimi. And the current number one moment is Uma and Harriet talking about standing on business.
Like, think about what you want to do. That's what's best for yourself. Because I'm thinking about the way that I've looked at it is what's best for me, you know? And then stand on business.
Cheers to that, Queen.
Cheers to that, baby.
Personally, I'm here for that advice. Sky Mobile is a network that lets you to switch your phone and data plan to suit you. Switch to Sky Mobile today.
We talked about on here before with Harriet and Ronnie and Tiffany and Jess, like you lose them how you win them sometimes. Do we think that's what's happened with Grace and Joey and with Jessie? Because obviously she did steal him from Sven.
Yeah.
I think with Joey, once you think you've got him, he's bored. So it's brilliant that, like you said, Casa Amor is on its way.
Yeah.
Because,
I cannot wait.
his head is going to be on a swivel.
He'll be the first person ever to bring back 3 people from Casa Amor.
He's going to walk back with a Rounders team.
Yeah.
I'm already trademarking Joey Essex bobbleheads that swivel for a car.
Amazing. Like Al's heads that go all the way around.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been on the phone to a factory in China. We're going to get those made just in time for next week when they're back from Casa Amor, because that boy's head is going to be like spinning like crazy.
Do you remember those paper things that you do like and then you open it?
Yeah.
And maybe that's what Joey does like in the beach hut every day with the beach hut camera being like, okay, who should I go and talk to today?
Yeah.
Like, give me a number. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me a colour, red. Under red is Jessie. Thank you. I'll go and talk to her.
Yeah.
There was a nice moment between those two where they had a chat, and as we were watching it, we were both like, hold on, he's gone quite deep here. When he was talking about his mum and his dad and how Jessie's parents being together has forced her to be romantic in life.
Yeah, and he's not. I feel like Grace has been wanting that from him and not been getting it.
Yeah.
But he's adamant he's not in a relationship. I beg to differ. He's in a relationship with Jessie because midway through when he was talking, she wiped something off his mouth.
Yeah.
And I have never been that close with a woman.
No.
No one has ever done that for me.
I'll be interested to see what it is that Jessie feels like she's lacking, because Samantha felt like she was lacking the PDA, and then Grace came in and all he did was snog her. And then Grace felt she was lacking the deep conversation. Jessie's come in, they've had the deep conversation day 2.
You're right, because it's like he's shown a different aspect of Joey Essex to different women.
Yeah.
And they're all craving the things that he's giving to other people.
Yeah, well, don't give the girls what they want.
That's what you could have won.
He did call her a hopeless romantic. Are we hopeless romantics?
I am.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hopeless at being romantic.
My boyfriend was really worried about proposing to me because he was like, anything I come up with, because you are a hopeless romantic events manager, like with hopeless romantic things, Sam can plan dates and surprises. I would always plan them better.
Yeah, you're saying the expectations are just ridiculous for Sam to be even able to wow. Kae, what are you saying about that? Are you hopeless romantic?
Oh, man. I'm a Kurdish man and we are passionate.
Kurd by name and nature.
Come on, man. Like, there's a phrase in Kurdish where you say, I sacrifice myself for you. When you like someone, like, so like that. And
it feels like that a lot of the time, doesn't it?
Yeah, but that's so embedded in our culture. So like, most romantic thing, I've done like loads of things. Like I got a book and I numbered it up to her age. And then I wrote a quality that I loved about her for each year.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, she didn't want to know.
That's, but that from your side, I love the passion, mate. And that for me, that's true love. And speaking of true love, Ciaran and Nicole.
True love.
They did say the L-bomb.
He said he was terrified and then said it anyway. Me, I'm saying I'm terrified and stopping there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it a weird place to say I love you when like you're in a room full of a bunch of other people and then you're in bed and you go, I love you?
No, I like it because it was natural. You know, we've had other people before. We've loved their journeys. Like, you know, Shanice and Luke T did that, like the fairy tale tour around the garden.
I don't want to see that.
I don't want to see that.
I don't want to see that pageantry. I don't want to see, do you want to be my girlfriend? None of that. So actually, in that sense, like, in the bedroom, I love you. You love me.
And do you know what's actually funny that I've just realised now? They made less of a deal of saying that than Sean did of having a kiss with a girl.
Yes.
I've done it! I've had a kiss!
Sean is going to find a way to make fireworks in order to let them off and then like send them into the sky.
He's mixing baking soda, he's putting vinegar in there, lemon juice. Yeah, he's going to figure something out.
And it will just be something like, oh, do you want to stay exclusive or closed off?
It's going to be fireworks. I like you.
He'll get his costume from the dance challenge the other night and individually pick all the sweets off and spell out I heart you.
He will. Oh, it's going to involve sweet. If we know Shawnee boy, it's definitely going to involve sweets.
I've got a present for you and it's like the heart sweets with like the white back. I'm giving you my heart.
Yeah, the eye contact.
That's really worrying though in the sun because there's going to be so much sugar around her. It's just going to be like a breeding ground for flies.
Yeah.
It's not going to be
Do
a
you know
great
what I thought? This is irrelevant now. It's like 3 days ago. But when I watched the heart rate challenge, somebody like licked his fingers. I just sat there and thought, that definitely tastes like Haribo.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's no point me asking Amy this because I already know the answer. I was going to say big gestures versus intimate honesty. I know your answer already. It's big gestures. Kae?
Very shallow.
This is like when people ask me what my favourite love language is. All of them, man.
Yeah.
Wait, you want to have your cake and eat it, is what you're saying?
Absolutely.
You're not just allowed to look at the cake. You're eating it.
Listen, if you're going to love me, be loud about it and then tell me why you love me really quietly.
I love you because you're really nice.
Scream it and whisper sweet nothings afterwards. Did Ciaran tell the boys as well that he'd never felt this way in his life? I mean, let's face it, his life has not been that long
21.
so far, but still, it's a big statement.
I also like the fact that he told them like a ventriloquist.
Yeah.
Which was the highlight.
I thought, who's put their hand up him? Who's pulling the strings on that?
Yeah, there's no better way to say I love you than to not make it obvious. Like, so yesterday we were in bed, and I think I said I love you. It was like, bro, we know
I couldn't tell he was saying it, to be honest. I was like, who's admitting they've said this?
You thought it was dubbed.
They got him in the beach hut to record it post-production.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And Mimi and Io had their moment. He's still literal, which I love.
Yeah.
So literal.
He's still just like, right now, I'm with you. And that's not going to change until it changes.
Yeah.
I will always, you will know where you stand if I'm with someone else.
He's the perfect balance of like, he will say stuff, but then automatically cancel it out with. And actually what happens at the end is like, you've learned nothing. He's not 100%. Said anything.
But it's the perfect speech to give before Casa Amor.
I was about to say, talking
because
of new
he has
people coming
covered
in.
his bases, hasn't he? Right? Yeah.
Casa is coming Sunday night. We will enter Casa Amor. Love Island nerd. There's normally 6 couples that go into Casa Amor. There's 7. So we're going to have more head turning than ever. Who do we think?
I don't know. I'm just gutted Ronnie's not in it, to be honest.
Let's go through the couples and we're going to say whether they're going to stick or twist.
Yeah, okay.
Okay? Mimi.
Stick.
Stick. Io.
Twist.
Ciaran.
Stick.
Stick. He's in love. He's
Twist.
never felt this way before.
Yeah, but he's also a very young man. Nicole, stick. By the way, I want to say that I really do hope Ciaran does stick.
No, I think he is going to
But
stick.
I've had him
back
pegged
now.
for a long time as having his head turned in Casa. I've just had that feeling
I
about
think
it.
he'll dabble.
But everything I say on this podcast is wrong anyway.
Yeah.
So.
And then he'll realise, no, Nicole is for me. But
But
then
will he
it'll
do
kick
enough
off.
damage? Will there be photos getting slid under the door of the villa of him kissing a girl in a challenge? Probably.
Yeah.
He will kiss a girl in a challenge.
Yeah.
He won't refuse to do it in a challenge.
Yeah.
And that will cause him issues because he's just dropped an L-bomb.
There'll be something he'll do that will cause trouble in a movie night scenario.
Yeah.
But I think ultimately he'll stick.
Yeah.
These two are my winners, I think, now.
Yeah.
And we need to see them in it. If stuff isn't going on, we're not going to see them.
Yeah. Grace and Connor will obviously recouple with new people. Joey and Jesse.
They are going to...
Joey,
I think
yes,
Joey's
it is.
going to twist.
Yeah.
Joey, I mean...
Jesse will be
I
like,
think
but I thought he loved me.
the
And then I'll be like,
options-
yeah, so did we.
Yeah. The options for Joey are stick or twist. Knowing him the last few days, I think he'll find a third option that no one's thought of
Yeah.
yet.
He'll end up with one of the producers.
I would like to couple up with these girls because they all bring something different to my life. Jess and Trey, I think Jess will be like, I think Jess might stick, you know? And then Trey
Yeah,
will be
yeah.
like, we're coupled up for like 2 days.
I
It's
think
really
Jess is going to
embarrassing.
stick. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Jess will be like, we had a good connection, my love.
Yeah. One thing's for sure, though. We're going to get to see some of Jess's world-class flirting.
Yeah.
The little squint that she does.
The little wink.
Yeah.
She's got an air of like somebody that works at trampoline place that gets you in trouble for not wearing grippy socks.
That
like a
resonates
Casa
so
Amor.
hard with me. Do you know what I think she is? She's the girl at the water park that sits at the top of the slide and goes, wait, go. And gets like pure enjoyment out of the power of like making someone wait and then go. I don't know what it
With
is.
the shades on, never
Yeah.
seeing her
Never
eyes.
looking
seen.
through the glasses, only over the top of them.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's just the vibe I'm getting.
And that's going to be funny to see that in Casa.
Yeah, with seven new boys,
couples.
seven new girls
Yeah.
in each.
Wow.
Uma and Will.
Uma's going to stick
Yeah.
and Will's going to twist.
Yeah.
Will's going to twist because he was kind of semi-twisting with Jesse the other
Yeah.
day,
Yeah,
wasn't
he was doing yoga already.
And finally, our sweetest couple, Sha and Matilda.
Oh, I mean, this could be Sean's
Sure.
villain arc, couldn't it? this could be his Harvey Dent moment. He's the white knight, and then all of a sudden something goes horribly wrong.
Does he turn into Bane or something? Like, ah.
Yeah, he just goes absolutely west for no reason. Starts actually not mentioning sweets. I hope not. I hope he sticks. But I feel like for Matilda, somebody will come in that's more her type.
Yeah,
I reckon
yeah.
if Matilda twists, he will turn from a candy man to somebody that makes IPAs.
I'm a micro brewer now. I don't know if the puns are as good, but like, yeah.
You
no.
make me hop.
But at least he can say, you give good head.
Sorry, I had to get that joke out there.
Yeah, I'm glad you did, mate.
I think that Matilda, she always says about Sean, like, he's so sweet, he's so adorable, you're so lovely to me. I think someone really sexy is going to come in for Matilda.
Yeah, and prove this whole I love sweetness thing is
Yeah.
actually
I hope it's a real Cockney as well.
Yeah.
proper white boy.
Yeah.
Like Ronnie.
A
Yeah.
geezer.
Ronnie 2.0.
Ronnie, but like with muscles in places you didn't know
Yeah.
there were places.
His muscles have got muscles.
Yeah.
His wrists have got muscles.
Exactly.
I can't wait for it.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I've been Amy Hart. This is Chris Taylor. This is Kae Kurd. I'll be on After Sun on Sunday, so make sure you tune in at 10 o'clock on ITV2.
Make sure you're spreading the word as well, leaving us some nice comments in the comments section and just telling us how your day's going if you've got nothing else to say, but be nice.
Be nice. Enjoy your weekend, everyone, and should we do a little silent cheers to end the pod?